Might not be making frame-winning breaks in one visit, but he started very well. That's a good comeback for Mark. That's a fine safety shot. Oh, another terrific shot. Ricky won't be needing the rest for this shot, will he? The last 4 visits right up against the baulk cushion.
Well, as regards standard, they've picked up where they left off in Chengdu.
Yeah, I think they're in danger of wearing the carpet out at the baulk end, the amount of time they're spending down there. They both look extremely sharp, actually. Couldn't see a safety shot, and I can understand exactly why he went for one there. But could easily cost him the first frame.
Particularly as Walden comes to the table 53 in front.
Well, clearly he can't get to the red near the pocket without a swerve, and of course the cue ball could finish not so much anywhere, but he's not in complete control of it. I'm very surprised he didn't play the red in the middle. I guess I'm going to say that because of the shot, but I don't see why he wouldn't go for the red in the middle rather than that shot, because it wasn't actually it was a bigger swerve than it looked, and the red wasn't hanging over the pocket.
That's a poor shot, though, from Allen. Sometimes when a red like that is on the brink of the pocket, it's sometimes difficult to control the cue ball coming out of the jaws of the corner pocket, but that was a very disappointing outcome.
Mark Allen 1.
Rueful smile, coming off his one break, which should have been a lot more.
Foul. Mark Allen 4.
Sometimes being off from those thin safeties is not the worst result, but the red's gone near the pocket this time.
Yeah, he was playing side cushion, black cushion, back to baulk, but caught it too thin.
1. Three.
It's a good shot. He's just slightly distracted by the red. I don't know if he can get to centre ball striking on the one that we saw, but I thought he struck the yellow pretty well to finish there. Slightly unlucky. It's going to have to be this red. It's the one that goes full pocket.
Mark Allen 3.
So Alan has had 2 decent chances and not made anything of significance.
One.
Now this will be a tough shot to get in behind the yellow. The reds are so wide apart where the left one is and the one on the right of the table. It's a big area to try and cover. Well, he
Ricky
played it ever
Walden
so
one.
well. I mean, you've almost got to play that on these fast tables if you're going to finish short. And for a second, it's a slightly heart-stopping moment. But it was a good touch. Well, this is not an easy safety shot. He's got a clear view of the red, the third from the left, as we look, the one on the cushion behind the black, but oh, he's going to hit it thin. It's very, very difficult to hit it thin and not catch the red outside it. And it's also difficult to get up the table like that. So I think he'll be happy enough to have not left anything, even though he could be in more trouble.
Not good.
No, that was weak. A very weak safety shot this time.
One.
So is this where Walden clinches the opening frame?
4.
46 the difference, so it's red and reasonably high value colour, or red colour red.
Just having a look to see which colour will pot of the high value ones into the right corner. I think the black
5.
passes the pink, and like you say, that will be frame ball. Yep, it'll go. But I think the red that follows will absolutely guarantee the frame.
12. 13.
So Alan hasn't been able to settle to anything significant in this opening frame.
$19.
Walden went into the lead with a break of 53
$20.
and hasn't been threatened.
$27. $28.
We saw it there, this table very fast, particularly for the last few rolls. You think the cue ball's about to stop and it just rolls on that little bit more.
30. 32. 35. 39.
'Very impressive start this
44.
from Walden. He made one mistake on that swerve shot with the red near the pocket, but he's looked extremely sharp. Brimming with confidence, as you'd expect, having won
50.
the last big event only last weekend.
57 on the frame, Ricky Walden.
53 to start, 57 to finish. Ricky Walden leads Mark Allen by a frame to nil.
Welcome back. Not the greatest of starts for Mark Allen as he lost the opening frame to Ricky Walden. In frame 2, he has made a good start, leading by 19 points, but it's Walden at the table.
3 cushions. Cannon on the brown. Comprehensive snooker.
Yeah. I mean, the shot was on. The shape of the shot was on. Playing with right hand side, swinging the cue ball around, but you've still got to be able to play it. Well, I've seen about 4 or 5 shots in this frame. Mark Allen has been in so much trouble, it's untrue.
Phone a friend, ask the audience. Can't do that.
it's not so much hitting a red, that's not so difficult, it's just somehow keeping one safe. Oh dear,
Foul.
disturbed all those
Ricky Walden
colours as well. This is the referee's not so much nightmare, because I've seen it where about 10 balls are disturbed, but it's not much fun either.
The one thing the player isn't allowed to do is to pick up a ball to help the referee. He can point, but he mustn't pick up a ball. Otherwise, it's a 4-point penalty. I remember Ronnie O'Sullivan getting into trouble with the late Colin Brinded in a tournament in China. He was only trying to be helpful, but he didn't appreciate that he wasn't supposed to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a bit harsh when you're actually trying to help somebody.
Yeah. Foul.
Deary me.
Ricky Walden 4.
Well, he leaves a red on
Foul.
to right middle from that escape, but position not guaranteed.
Well, if you could play some kind of a cannon on one of the reds at this end of the table, the black is available, so he might be hoping to do that. He must ensure the pot goes in, because he can take his eye off that, he's not careful. The rest will be a bonus, I think. He's very congested there.
One.
Well, he can get to the edge of the black. I don't think he'll be all that keen on the cutback, but he can actually see it. He can also see a bit of the pink as well, right behind the line of that.
Black ball. Ricky Walden 1.
Well, one way and another, Alan has spent an awful lot of time thinking in this frame. In fact, Alan's average shot time is a highly uncharacteristic 32 seconds per shot.
Yes, and I think he's one of the quickest players in the game, as you say, and it's just because of the difficulty he's getting every time he's at the table. He's been in all kinds of trouble. But he's given a terrific chance to Ricky Walden here. If he can get on his first colour, marvellous chance. A bit of trouble here. Mark Allen early on.
One. Eight. 9.
We'll see from this side that Ricky Walden has an unorthodox stance, plays with both legs bent. When he was a junior, he had quite a bit of back trouble, and he found that the best way around it was to play with both legs bent, which is not the orthodox way. Makes it more difficult to keep still on the shot.
16.
He's always had a lovely touch. Walden, he's a good player in amongst them. He's actually very quick on the shot itself. He takes a good
24.
bit of time to prepare, but once he's down on the shot, he hits the ball quite quickly.
25. $32. 33.
This will take him to a lead of 30 points. Needs 2 more reds.
$40.
If he goes with the yellow from this, he'll also need another colour. But either way, it's looking very much like he's going to win the frame.
$41. $43. $44.
Ricky Walden has had Mark Allen in trouble several times in this frame, and from the last occasion it created this frame winning chance.
50. $51.
It was snookers needed even before that last red, but now with the last red's disappearance,
58.
all vestige of hope for Allen in this frame is extinguished.
Ricky Walden 58 and the frame.
So with that 58 break to add to his 2 half centuries in the opening frame, Ricky Walden leads Mark Allen by 2 frames to 0.
Walden is really taking the match to Mark Allen. He looks comfortable and deserves his 2-0 lead. On to the third now. Walden is at the table again. He has Allen on the ropes, leading by 25 points.
One.
Well, he played a roll up to a bulk colour earlier and judged it absolutely perfectly. If you're thinking about playing another one, might encourage him. Same again. It's,
Ricky Walden one.
there's a heart-stopping split second where you wonder if he's reached.
Those are good shots from there.
Yeah, there's easy to overhit. I think Marco Fu played one the other day, or somebody did, and they completely misjudged it. Hit it much too hard. These very quick tables.
Well, I think that was the red that he was attempting to hit. Could have been trying to roll into the cluster. Anyway, he didn't leave anything.
Well, I must say, looking
Foul.
at that low-angle
Miss.
camera, I wasn't even sure if he could get to
Ricky
that.
Walden.
I'm sure he knows best, but it didn't look... Well, there was an awful lot of the red sticking out to me.
Well, I'm slightly further over to the right than you, Neil. I thought he could just about hit it.
Yeah, okay. Foul. And a miss. Ricky Walden 4.
Now, the next question is, could he see the red full on? The red on the left, perhaps? If the answer is yes, which it is, he'll be warned here, and if he does this again, then the frame's over.
Yes, frame forfeit for 3 consecutive misses from an unsnookered position.
Which hasn't happened very much. I think over the years we've seen a few players do it, but Dechawat Poomjang did it in the World Championships and then did it again in the qualifiers in 2013.
And did it again in the International Championship. So
Well,
he's the record holder with 3.
goodness me. Well, he's a character, isn't he? He plays the game his own way, but I didn't know he did it for a 3rd time.
Foul. Mark
That
Allen's
just
4.
slightly lost its edge. Ricky started really well, and he has made 3 breaks over 50 already, but just at the moment he's not being pushed.
I was about to say that if that had gone in, that was a potential turning point. But it didn't go in. And Allen is still 2 frames behind and 30 behind in the 3rd. That opens the cluster, but doesn't bring the black into play.
Foul. And a miss.
Well, had to be thin to avoid cannoning
Ricky Walden full.
either red on the right-hand side cushion.
It's one of these tricky ones, though, now that he's left Ricky Walden. Does he have it put back? Does he take on this red? I mean, the red he's playing is not straightforward. It's hand on the cushion rail. So there you see, it's could have had it put back, I suppose.
I think he would have potted that more often than not. But not a certainty, as he proved.
One.
Deary me. Well, that's a bit unlucky. It's okay if he pots the pink and gets behind a red, but if he doesn't, I think it'll make him feel even more frustrated about the way this match is shaping up. He's not there yet, is he? And it's only a short match.
Mark
He'll
Allen.
have to get some inspiration from somewhere, Clive, pretty soon, isn't he?
Yes, he's not really shown much so far.
One. Six. Seven.
.40 in front.
Sure. 11.
Red colour red would be enough.
$12.
Already 52 in front with only 51 left.
19.
But one more red would give him the necessary extra insurance.
Yes, and he might just drop this in. I don't know if he should be worrying too much about getting on the black, given that this is really the ball. He is playing low on the cue ball. So he might be all right on the black, and that would make the frame absolutely safe. At the moment, he's just feeding off the mistakes made by Mark Allen. Can come back from 3-0 down in the best of 7.
27. Touching ball. Ricky Walden 27 and the frame.
It's 3-0 to Walden, and as the racing commentators might say, Allen yet to show.
It's looking ominous for Mark Allen, trailing 3 frames to 0 in this Group 3 match. Neil Robertson awaits the winner in the group final. It's looking like Walden at the moment. He's back at the table in frame 4, trailing by 8 points.
true. But at least Alan tried to make something happen.
Four. Five.
Well, the Reds just a little bit in each other's way, one of those situations. Played on the end one, and has he gone too far? Might be okay. I think he is.
And that makes another one potable.
There's a golden chance to win the match. I think it's one of those matches, Clive. Should he lose this frame and be beaten 4-0, he probably wouldn't
80.
feel like he's even played a match. Get days like that.
Yes, and after all the highs of reaching last week's final in Chengdu, only to lose at the last, he's had the problem of getting himself up for this again, and maybe he hasn't quite done that. Whereas Walden,
19.
who managed to win that match and the title, does appear to be up for it.
Okay. 25. $26. 31. 32.
Yeah, might just nudge into the bunch here. Well, it's amazing that the speed he played that and hardly anything moved.
Sure. 39.
This is not the red he was looking to be playing. He was looking for something much easier, but there is one that just passes the other. Sort of shot where he could easily hit the one on the way through, though. Oh, well recovered.
$40.
Walden is 100% with rest shots. Nine out of 9, some easier than others.
Nice little nudge
45.
there, though, which I think the way the match has gone, I'm not sure whether Mark Allen would have had that nice kiss had he been at the table.
46.
Ten out of 10 for rest shots. Although he didn't come round quite as far as he would have preferred.
50.
No, but there may be a plant there. I don't think it's on. I think it's to the bottom jaw, but he could squeeze it in. The two reds are touching. He'd have to hit the first red thinner than usual, as if it's kind of one of these reverse plants that goes the other way to what you would expect if the two balls were further apart. So thin on the first red. Perfect. Absolutely perfectly judged. Cue ball's a little awkward now.
51.
I would think that if this black goes in and it is missable, then it does drop. It's probably the end of the match.
Not Allen's day.
Sure.
Things
58.
have not gone for him, but his performance has been a bit on the flat side.
$59.
Oh, this sets up a very interesting match this evening, though, with the fact that Ricky is the form player. But he's playing
67.
someone I thought was very professional and absolutely superb early on in Neil Robertson. Beating Ali Carr to 4-0. It's an emotional event, but he was clinical. So tonight's game is
74.
very interesting.
75. $80.
What did we say
81.
about not having any kicks? That was a beauty. Too late to make any difference, of course.
Yes, he's played pretty well. Fourth break
86.
over 50.
Ricky Walden,
Ricky
86.
Walden made 3 half centuries and the concluding 86 and has beaten Mark Allen by 4 frames to 0 to go forward to this evening's group final.